I'm not actually going to sing.
Bing. Everybody good? Nope. There we go. All right, let's try that one more
There we
again.
go.
Let's try that one
Something's
more
different.
again.
There we
Yeah,
go.
you can actually see Keanu Reeves now on that feed. All right, let me see. I'm gonna
Just
see
got to
if
reboot
we are
the
live.
Twitch.
Yeah, look
We are
again.
not live
I'm
on
gonna
Twitch. Yep.
re-upload. Are we back on Twitchy?
I'm checking right now.
I blame OBS because I have no control.
It looks yeah, we're back up. Actually, it looks like it's paused. Nope. It's just super low latency.
Yeah.
The irony
I
And
is,
mean,
I've
honestly,
got
I
greens
mean,
across the
you
board.
it. I don't think it's you. I literally think it's AWS. AWS has been down for like 4 days.
yep.
For
Everything's
real.
been weird. Twitch hasn't been weird up until this point, but yesterday and the day before, Twitch has just been a crapshoot. Like I was streaming and the chat was empty, but people were on. And then dropped frames left and right. I don't think it's us. I think it's Daddy Bezos.
Yeah, he would do that with a dick. All right. Well, we're just gonna keep on rolling like we know what we're doing.
Let's keep on rolling,
Um,
like we know what we're doing.
Keep on rolling because we know what we're doing.
yeah, you didn't know that number one hit new single was coming out from us. All right, cool. Screw it. We'll edit. We'll put it in post. All right, starting recording locally. That's great. Here we go. Pick it right back up. So the Matrix had another big trailer, a bunch of new
Yes.
reveals, even like a short clip of like the new hacking tech where Morpheus, the younger Morpheus, is seeing the people in his world. He's able to actually see them, but Neo's not seeing them yet. So they're having conversations. It's as if they're standing next to him, and Neo can't quite see him, but he's showing he can reach through the mirror and things like that. It was definitely a neat clip. So more stuff coming.
That whole that
Oh
whole
yeah,
clip where he walks through, where it's not Trinity that takes him. It's one of the walks in on Morpheus, and it's like the window panes are playing scenes from the original Matrix. Like
Yeah.
in that looks
yes.
so cool. It looks so cool. Do you know Christina Ricci's in this movie?
Really?
What?
Yeah,
As
I had no idea.
ooh,
I saw it on
what now?
IMDb and I was like, Christina Ricci's in this movie?
Hmm. Maybe as a voice of something, or maybe just
Could
as
be.
I don't know. I always enjoy more Christina Ricci. She's
Feels
Me too.
she was in something recently. And then did you guys also play the PS5 Matrix Experience?
I didn't. That was like the final reveal at the Game Awards too, and I was
Ooh,
like,
it's
that's a little bit
so
of a.
I well, I'll talk about it without. I mean, it's not really a spoiler. It's a tech demo for Unreal 5 engine, but
It
also
looks beautiful.
it looks amazing, and it's crazy to see um, the human like characteristics system that Unreal's got, where everything looks fairly on the other side of the uncanny valley. Like it's still a little off, but
Yeah,
it's not unsettling. And then it's the Matrix, so you kind of like okay, in lore, I can suspend my disbelief because you're actually in a video game, basically.
right.
And then the actual demo looks amazing. They basically
Yeah.
recreated a photorealistic Grand Theft Auto 5. And then the actual gameplay in the first half is real cheeky. You should check it out because they have some really funny writing in it that's dad humor, but it's not a whole bunch. There's a couple puns that they throw in. I got a laugh out of it. And then the whole thing looks fucking amazing. Yeah.
Your
It really
boy
makes me
is finally
want
getting an Xbox Series X. So,
What? How did you
oh.
acquire such things? What?
from our
What?
dear friend Mahaffey.
Whoa!
Ah.
He's giving it to you, or did he find one off a
No, I'm
truck?
buying it.
He just doesn't play
Wow,
it,
what
or is it
a
his,
great
or is it like
gift.
he like found it online and then but
He has one, but he's been playing his PS5, so he didn't need it. And I've been begging him for the last 3 months to sell me his Xbox Series X.
Wow, wow.
So,
I was on the verge of
What a
caving and just getting
pal.
a Series S because they have them.
me too. a few times, and I was like, I can't do it. I gotta get a Series X. So I'll have one next week, which is pretty awesome.
Nice.
It's hopefully good things come from that, man. I really want to get it. I really want to get it, but I might just have to take the dive and get the S. Oh well. I'll still get to play some games in higher definition. It'll be great.
Supply chain should be fixed in 3 to 5 years.
Oh yeah, is that all?
Yeah, just wait it out. A couple Christmases.
Right up here is The Witcher season 2 comes out tomorrow. Right on the same day
That's
as Spider-Man. Yeah, man. 17th.
Nice. Wife and I have been rewatching the first season. It's so good. I forgot how good it is. And
it's fun.
The story of Yennefer I enjoy probably out of all. I don't like the story of Citra. No, the Witcher's Ciri. I was like, but Yennefer, that whole storyline, and then got like Gerald's Henry Cavill fucking crushes it. So I want more. I get more tomorrow, and I'm happy.
I want more. No, man, I'm definitely excited about it. I think everybody else is. Ignore streaming service setting recommendations. Can I click that button? No, I can't do that. Okay, fuck you. I'm excited about it for obvious reasons. Michelle actually, got into it. I'm a Henry Cavill stan. But I agree with you.
Who isn't?
We all stand.
But
yeah,
I definitely am down
hate a
for
lot of
some Yennefer. But to your point, Ciri does nothing for me. I don't mean like sexually she's a child, but I mean like she does nothing for me as a character because I didn't really play the games. So
what a weird thing to say unprovoked.
Because usually when I say does nothing for me, I am talking sexually.
We didn't know that about you, but now we do.
Hey, every time I say that, Dom, you do nothing for me. Sorry, bud. Sean, you do nothing.
Step it up, Dom.
I do everything.
You got to step it up. Come on.
That's my canned response. Like, Ernie, what do you think of that girl? She does nothing for me. Like that's a go-to.
Technically true.
That's a
technically true.
I can say that with a straight fucking face every single time. But no, season 2 comes out tomorrow. Hopefully, we get more of that guy singing more of those jingles. If they can come out with a better song than "Toss a Coin to Your Witcher,"
it's tough to be a better banger than that. But I have faith because that song was a banger.
I just want him to come out and be like, "Fuck your life, bing bong." What do you have to say to Joe Byron right now? What's up, baby? Why don't you take me out to dinner? Fucking love that shit. And there's so many different versions. I felt bad. I've been harping the Terran Podnito team since I was on their show last week. Episode coming out eventually.
Oh yeah, nice.
That we mentioned the love for the Bing Bong thing between Alex and I, and now I'm just sending like remixes of it. And like there's like Christmas versions, there's just straight dubstep versions of it. Like it's unsolicited, and I'm pretty sure the one response I got was fucking LOL. Was not like, yeah, that's hilarious. It was like, okay, they're funny. Stop sending it to me. So
that's a fucking with a lot of teeth.
Fucking
you can tell.
Thanks for nothing. Also, so one of the things I didn't get off the top here was I think that this should be our last episode of the year. I say that because we got holidays coming up, we got travel coming up. There's not a lot really kind of dropping that isn't like super Christmas related, except for obviously the Book of Boba Fett's going to be towards the new year, right? We're going to have an episode. It would be an episode right before Christmas and an episode right before the new year. We could come back with a full-on just digest of all things Boba Fett when we come back, and anything else that's kind of newly being released. We'd also be able to talk about Witcher fully binged. We'd be able to talk about The Matrix fully binged. So like it gives us time to catch up. Yeah, exactly.
Spider-Man.
Like all of these things take time to watch, and I just think that if we give ourselves a pause and give us the reprieve until the first week of the new year, the show would be better for it, and we'll come back refreshed. Thoughts? Yep.
Yeah, I'm with you. I was gonna say I probably won't be available on the 23rd anyway. I'm driving to Hampton Roads for a company party.
Bang bang.
And then
as somebody who has a minority vote, not a vote that is a minority, because I think Ernie is technically the
It's
minority
both.
here. Yeah, it's both.
Yeah, I want you to know on this
I
show,
vote yes.
I'm a lone representative of the cis white male. But thanks for
Oh,
giving me.
I've got half of that. I've got half of that.
Thanks for
You're not
giving me a
alone.
vote there. I'm not a cool
Yeah.
hybrid like the two of you. But no, I definitely think it would be better off.
What a kind thing to say.
I love the word hybrid, by the way. Ever since somebody was talking about like I can't remember what actor, but they're African American mix and they have like bright green eyes, and they're like, that motherfucker's like beautiful, like you could only get like a hybrid from. And I was just like, yeah, dude, that is a good looking motherfucker right there.
What an aggressive compliment.
Yeah, and I think that's like a different.
That's like
type
the Bill Burr skit where you preemptive the motherfucker.
Yeah,
like depending on where you put it in the sentence, it's either not racist or racist.
Right, it's like an Asian guy or Asian motherfucker versus a motherfucking Asian. Yeah, it's like
right.
What? But yeah, it's the same thing with like old school dudes. Like they can't just tell you that you're good looking. They have to be aggressive. Like you're good looking as shit. Like, you really got to sell it. Like I'm not saying like you're like attractive. I'm saying you're attractive. But I digress.
It's like a hugging. It's like a hugging with a slap on the back because you're still hitting them, but it's a hug. But you're still hitting them.
That's right. Which by the way,
masculinity.
They're the worst hugs ever. Because I go in gentle and I'm like, I didn't tense it up enough.
Ow, my sunburn.
Speaking of Book of Boba Fett, for those that don't know, Boba Fett and Fennec Shand attempt to make a name for themselves in the galaxy's underworld by taking over the territory once controlled by Jabba the Hutt. That's right. And my favorite interview recently was it was like an old interview, I think around the Clone Wars, and it was an interview with Tamara Morrison, and he was like, he's like, so what you're telling me is it's an animated show, so like you won't see my face. This is your moneymaker, like right here. And he's just like, what are you talking about?
Pointing at the various vectors of his
I don't understand how you do that, Ernie.
It was so
Where
good.
like you do a voice and it's spot on.
You meld into another persona.
Every fucking time.
Yep.
I'm like, dude, fucking Boba Fett is literally sitting right in front of him. It's insane. It makes no fucking sense.
Just imagine if I was able to like Mission Impossible mask it. Suddenly I'm
a lot of people are probably confused on the podcast. They have no idea what the fuck's going on.
Like Ernie just started
like,
a clip.
Holy shit.
Fucking Rex from the Clone Wars is sitting in our living room.
Special guest.
The worst is I didn't even like think about doing it last week, and then or on the Terrapod Nito, and for some reason Captain Barbosa from Pirates of the Caribbean came in my brain, and because he was like, he came up in some topic, and I just went into it, and they were like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "I did it again. I'm sorry." Like, it's not on purpose, but it just sounded.
Ernie's
it
got
just
the
sounded
shining.
so stupid. Yeah, what you don't know is every time I do one of those actors or actresses' voices, they pass out. They're just possessing my body.
That's true.
They're stealing their soul.
Just anywhere they are. They're just driving.
It's like
shit like that.
It's like reverse possessing. Yeah. Sorry, I just have to borrow your slow. Let me borrow your essence for a second to do a bit.
Third dinner, like
sorry if you're driving.
Trying to speak and it's just not happening. That would be a great movie. There you go.
No, they've got your voice. Suddenly they're talking just as Ernie.
And they're like, what the fuck? You're vulgar as shit. What do you mean I don't do anything for you?
Why did you say I'm beautiful as fucking shit? That's weird.
No, that's classic. The next one, I actually got really stoked about this, even because my wife is seeing it. She loves the animation style. She's not a cartoon person, and I keep calling out my wife for like things that I consider the unpopular opinion puffin.
She's the witness
statements.
Test,
yeah. But I put it on, and she was like, "Yeah, we've seen this already." I go, "Yeah, because it's the same effing song 3 years later that he's listening to. You think it's the same?" And she goes, "Oh wait, what?" And I was like, "Yeah, when Gwen Stacy walks through the portal and is like, is Spider-Man grounded? Just does a roll out the window." She's like, "Oh, they're coming out with another one." I'm like, "Yeah, and this is just part one. We should be so excited right now." She's like, "I am. It looks so cool." But this looks great.
This
You
is
showed her.
the first one was the first superhero movie to actually make me tear up and get very choked up.
What? You didn't
Because,
cry when
yeah.
when Tony died and we're tearing up.
This
E
came out
Bombay?
before Tony.
Oh, that's true.
This came out before Endgame.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
it's
right. Yeah,
it
that's
stands
fair.
up. It stands up. It
Yeah.
came out a
This came
while
out
ago.
before Endgame. So
Yeah, your
yeah,
timeline's
it is.
correct.
No, I cried like a baby when Sam goes on your left and they all show up. But no, this is the first Into the Spider-Verse movie is the first time that we get on screen a Spider-Man that looks like me.
Yes.
Not me, but like that is half Puerto Rican, half black, lives from New York, speaks in Spanglish, has a Spanish mother and a black father. And,
I love that shit.
Deals with being, an inner city kid and also wears Air Jordans with his Spider-Man suit. And like literally it's everything that I ever wanted from a superhero as a kid that I never got as a kid that tiny little Latin kids now get to experience and be like, hey, there's a Spider-Man that looks like me and talks like me and acts like me and has the same musical taste as me. So yeah,
Dude,
when he's doing the
it's so
graffiti
good.
scene with his uncle in the subway, I fucking cried like a baby.
And the best part is
So
we're going
good.
to have Donald Glover as the uncle. Hopefully he gets all jacked to be the Prowler, right?
That would be sweet. Yeah,
And
because
then-
he's in the MCU. Yeah.
And then we get to see a live action version of this character. I love everything to do with it. The animation style, the storyline,
It's so
the
good.
parallels with people I appreciate and love. That's you, Dom. And physically, your face, by the way, every time I see the actor, he's been in all the Spider-Man so far, and he was in Shang-Chi.
Is it the dude that says do a flip? Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then he's
Yeah.
on the bus recording.
Yeah,
and
awesome!
Shang-Chi, and he's like, I took a couple
Yeah.
of karate classes when I was a youth, so I'm gonna grade this
Yeah,
fight
yeah.
right
That's
now.
definitely
y'all.
me.
It's true.
That dude
You're
is the
absolutely right.
best. I love anytime I see him.
He's
on
a pretty
screen now-
funny comic. He's like a stand-up comic.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's
So
great.
now when I see him in like
Yeah,
any
he's
movie,
in all,
it's like
he's in
an
all the
Easter egg.
Spider-Man movies. Yeah, he's really good.
Yeah. He's
Good shit.
he's a good, not replacement, but follow-up to all the cameos of wow, I'm blanking. Great cameos. I want more cameos of that guy in more than just Spider-Man. I'll say.
He was
Yes.
in Shang-Chi.
Yeah, he was in Avengers. technically.
Sorry. Just more Marvel movies. I like this
Yeah.
trend. Put him everywhere.
What was it? He's turning into the Stan Lee of it a little bit because he was driving
Lee, right.
he was driving the bus when Peter Parker had his Spidey sense in Infinity War, and then he references it in Shang-Chi. He's like, I would drive, but like last time I had a bus driver job, I had a terrible experience, and it was when all the aliens.
Wait, what?
Oh,
yeah, he's the
I
bus.
had no idea.
I did
that
not
was the same
realize
guy
that.
in
He was the
Infinity
bus
War.
driver of the bus. Yeah. And it's
Oh
so,
no shit!
Yeah, so that's
I gotta
that's
do
why
a
he
rewatch.
references it. It's just great. But no, it's the little nuggies you get in there is fantastic. Speaking of little nuggies, speaking of little nuggies, we don't really know a lot about this one except for we also get Spider-Man 2099 based on the trailer, and evidently there's a new team of Spider people to be faced a powerful villain. This next one was told to me by a fan of a show. I keep bringing up my wife. It is
My wife.
everything everywhere.
off-screen fourth
all at
guest.
once. Yes, my wife. Everything all at once. Everything everywhere all at once is an Asian Chinese immigrant is swept up in an insane adventure where she alone can save the world by exploring other universes, connecting with the lives she could have led. It's nuts. It's very like the trailer for this was very Doctor Strange-esque, and she's got this like little like googly eye thing as her third eye on her face because she's connecting to all of her other selves and can have all of their other skills and learn from their experiences, and then fight and do things in her universe to try to save all universes. Shit is awesome. And it's a very weird, bizarre beginning because it's just her trying to pay her taxes, and the tax lady helping her is like a really funky looking Jamie Lee Curtis. and you're just like, what is happening? And all of a sudden, everybody that's been in that initial scene starts to either fight or have different costumes in a different kind of universe where there's more spacey or whatever. So even like Jamie Lee Curtis kind of turns into a demon-like person at one point. Like, shit looks amazing. Definitely a sleeper film.
Michelle
so far.
Yeoh is like the fucking Meryl Streep of Chinese cinema, dude.
Yes.
I fucking love her.
Yes.
Yep.
She's
great.
incredible.
She was just in Shang-Chi.
She was just
Yep.
in Shang-Chi, yeah. Crazy
great.
Rich Asians, fucking Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
She's in Star Trek Discovery.
Yeah, she's so good. I love her.
And then my next one. So speaking of the person that you identify for something in cinema, I identify this next person as Nicolas Cage, as playing as Nicolas Cage in cinema, in The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. This movie looks so fantastically cheeky at itself. It's a cash-strapped Nicolas Cage. He agrees to make a paid appearance at a billionaire superfan's birthday party, but is really an informant for the CIA since the billionaire fan is a drug kingpin and gets cast in a Tarantino movie. Everything about that sentence describes what I feel like every single day of Nicolas Cage's life is.
Yeah, I feel like we've come full circle with the is he good or is he not? And is now just when you do a movie about the hyper real version of yourself, nobody fucking knows and it doesn't matter. And that by default makes you good. And that is pretty much Nicolas Cage.
I think Sam Person was literally talking about this on the last episode that we did with him, where Nicolas Cage just plays Nicolas Cage regardless of the movie he's in now. Like he's like Keanu Reeves, where Keanu Reeves just comes in and plays Keanu Reeves.
This shit is so amazing in the trailer. Neil Patrick Harris plays his agent in the beginning, just trying to be like, you know, you gotta get some money, dude. Like you're strapped for cash. And the billionaire is played by the Mandalorian himself, Pedro Pascal. So antics ensue, and like there's even like it's definitely tongue in cheek about all things Nicolas Cage. Even Ike Barinholtz, who you would know his face if you saw him, be like, oh, that guy. He's talking about like, of course I know who fucking Nicolas Cage is, but I don't know what the Nicolas Cage you're talking about. My Nicolas Cage is Con Air and The Rock, like things like that, like awesome movies. Like, what are you talking about? Because there are different generations of Nicolas Cage. You know, there's like Leaving Las Vegas Nicolas Cage. There's even Ghost Rider Nicolas Cage for some. So
true.
That's my boy.
I love it.
Many
Johnny
stages.
Plays, bitch.
Yes.
Put the bunny down.
Put the bunny down.
Put the bunny down.
Sorry, Nicolas Cage just passed out at dinner again. Had to let him.
I wonder if he had a say in the title of the movie, because that seems just exactly. Somebody either knows Nicolas Cage very well and pushed that through, or it was by design. Because
The Unbearable Weight.
That's pretty much. That's his life. That's his.
So
this is all a documentary.
Nobody fucks harder than Nicolas Cage, guys.
Exactly.
It's true.
He's got to be hung like a moose.
Deeper than balls deep. That's for sure.
Straight to the hill. Speaking of, it's lightning round. My favorite lightning round. I'm going to be quick with it as usual. So here we go. Starting from the top. This week in lightning round, Charlie Cox confirmed to be our Daredevil by the Feige himself. A confirmed sequel to Shang-Chi is in the works. Oh, that's right. Part 2. There he is. Look at him, Charlie Cox, you beautiful bastard. Letitia Wright may leave the MCU over a vaccination mandate. Why? I don't know. Getting the free jab might want to take away free millions of dollars. Who would do this? I don't know. Cowboy Bebop got the official axe. Not coming back for a second season.
That's fucking bullshit.
Wop, wop. Yeah. And then finally, Endwalker is so popular that Square Enix suspends all sales and advertisements. And correct me if I'm wrong, boys, this is mainly due to server load?
Yeah. They did the same thing for Shadowbringers.
That's
the same
wild.
thing happened last expansion.
So this shit just became not only super popular, but now super exclusive.
Yeah.
To be fair, they are just prioritizing paid owners of the game and not trial. There's a free trial out there that anybody can just download without paying. And it's just too much. So they are stopping the sale, but also just prioritizing entry into the servers by people that have actually played the game or paid for the game. but still, like, you don't see a company kind of shoot. This would be shooting themselves in the foot for any other company, except for the studio of. It's not SquareSoft, because SquareSoft has been known to just be ridiculous, but the guy that's running Final Fantasy 14, he will fall on a fucking sword if it means that he will gain honor, and I love that, and I will give money to that man for whatever expansion, even though I don't play 14. I have tried, but man, it's like, I love the whole 14 as a story, like from a shitty game reborn. Every single news that I hear about 14 is it's really different. I like
Positive.
it. Yeah, real positive. Good for them. Good for them.
How about Letitia Wright leaving the MCU, which is stupid, because why
So
are you going to get rid of that fucking paycheck? I
so
really liked her in
preventable.
Black Panther.
Yeah.
Charlie Cox coming back as Daredevil at some point in the MCU is fucking incredible.
Hype.
You know, if you have watched Hawkeye, you could, you see a lot of the parallels of the Tracksuit Mafia being a main character, possibly alluding to Kingpin in the future. Who fucking knows? D'Onofrio's been real cryptic on fucking Twitter, which is pretty fucking awesome. So he was great. I fucking loved both of them in Daredevil. I thought that, and I think it's a great idea to bring them back to the MCU. Well, D'Onofrio is not confirmed, but fucking Charlie Cox is. So, I mean, Charlie Cox played Matt Murdock exceptionally well, and hopefully we'll see him in the future.
There's rumors that Kingpin bought Avengers Tower, and that is the through line. Like they still.
It could very well be. I hope that the Avengers Tower turns out being the Baxter Building, though.
Right.
Because we're getting
that
the Fantastic Four in the next couple of years. So.
Yeah.
True. I'd be happy with either. I'd be happy.
Yeah,
with
either.
Yeah.
Boop, boop, boop. All right, moving right along. New releases. This one's going to be quite short. There's
Very
only
short.
one that fucking.
Can't talk about it.
You guys knew what it was going to be right away. Spider-Man: No Way Home. It's new releases for obvious reasons. One, we already had a bunch of people go see it yesterday. We had a bunch of people see it today, including somebody on this stream, and a bunch of people are going to try to see it in any kind of order they can tomorrow, the next day, and for the rest of the holiday season. Holy crap! Do I hate this time of year? And I don't mean the holidays. I mean anytime a Marvel movie comes out in droves, especially now that the pandemic is kind of like not away or gone, but like at a point where
It's
people
ignorable.
are like willing to risk it. Yeah, they're like, it's Spider-Man. No,
Fuck it.
Yeah,
They just rip the condom off and let's go.
Yeah, I mean, I can't wait to see just people
Still
coming
there.
in there fully masked up or whatever. But no, I mean, I think this already shows its star and staying power. I've loved the interviews so far with some of the villains, even with like Willem Dafoe taking small jabs at what's his face who plays Alfred Molina, calling him a mustache twirling villain. And Alfred Molina is like, I'll have you know I'm classically trained. And of course, the TikTok I saw was them two say that to each other, and it cuts to a clip of Alfred Molina playing a villain with a mustache that he is twirling.
Really?
And then of course, the other thing I didn't know actually happened on set of Spider-Man 2 back in the day was that there was a day when Willem Dafoe was on set and learned all of Alfred Molina's lines for a scene as Doc Ock and did the scene with all the gear on and shit, because it wasn't CGI arms at the time. It was still puppeteers doing the arms and like talking to him. And that to me was just like, okay, they've got a good rapport. They definitely respect each other's, craft. So it was definitely good. And then even was Jamie Foxx was saying how he like wanted to have a chance to really bring something back to the role, and then they asked Alfred Molina like, why did you come back? And he's like, for the money. For the money. just flat out. I'm here for the paycheck. But that shit's definitely good. I think the other things I've enjoyed personally, because again, I can't speak to the film, that mainly around the interviews, was just how often Tom Holland will slip up on something, even if it's like not necessarily critically revealing. He'll say something to the effect of, I'm gonna throw the spoiler banner up because even this is like kind of telling. So earmuffs it, Sean, if you care. He was like, he's talking to the interview's talking to whoever, to Zendaya, and they asked like, what was the most terrifying thing you had to do on set? And she was like, it's in the trailer when I'm falling and Spider-Man's trying to catch me. And our boy Tom was like, yeah, I mean, I was watching you guys and it looked fucking scary. And it was just like, bro, that's supposed to be you. Why? And it's, of course, like, immediately she grabs his leg and looks at him like, you fucker, like, shut your mouth. It's 2 days before this comes out. You can't just keep it shut. And then the other thing, it was like, just seeing the geekiness, because I don't know if you guys watched the episode of Hot Ones with Tom Holland. He went wing for wing, and he just seems to be genuinely a good dude. I'm unspoilering this one. You can go watch it on YouTube. I don't care. But no, I like his innocence, and I really hope he ends up keeping that throughout his career and doesn't, shoot somebody on set because he thinks the gun isn't loaded or something.
He's got like 30 years until that'll happen.
Yeah.
Maybe like 30, 40 years. Yeah. It'll be a phaser by then. If global warming doesn't completely destroy everything we know.
Yeah. We'll all be in bunkers going, hey, thank God somebody downloaded all of these or has a Blu-ray copy of Spider-Man because the rest of the world is gone. We don't have Netflix anymore because the servers are underwater. But yeah, it'll be great.
All we have is HD DVDs and all these Blu-ray players. No.
Why did the porn industry adopt Blu-ray first? But no, that's probably really why Dom's excited about getting the Xbox Series X. It's got a Blu-ray player built in, so he'll be ready for that apocalypse.
Absolutely.
That's the only reason he wants it. He doesn't want to go buy a Blu-ray player. He's just waiting for that Xbox Series X.
It's a bonus.
All right, so you were polite enough to maintain composure. Feel free to give your overall opinion.
I'm a fucking brick wall. Y'all ain't getting shit out of me about this movie.
Did you like it?
This is my favorite movie.
Did it make you cry?
Yeah, a few times.
Did it compete or beat with Shang-Chi?
Yes. Which is a tall order because Shang-Chi is like this movie from start to finish is essentially the perfect comic book movie.
Nice.
It literally is the perfect comic book movie. There's enough fan service in there to, to satiate that, but it's heartfelt enough to really hit those beats. I mean, everybody knows J.K. Simmons is back as J. Jonah Jameson. He was in Spider-Man Far From Home, and he's incredible throughout the movie. The whole Peter Parker dealing with the repercussions of everybody finding out that he's Spider-Man is very reminiscent of everything that has happened in the comic books. Willem Dafoe is incredible. Jamie Foxx is incredible. Alfred Molina is incredible coming back into the fold from all of those. Go watch the goddamn movie. Like, seriously. I'm not going to say, I won't say anything about it. Watch the movie from start to finish. As always with an MCU movie, stay, completely through the credits. Because I'm not going to say anything. Mike Mahaffey texted me and he was like, I texted him at the end of the movie and I was like, I'm finished. And he's like, rate it 1 to 10. And I rated it 1 to 10. And then I stayed through the rest of the credits and I sent him a follow-up text and I was like, I want to change my rating. This movie's fucking incredible.
Man. Okay.
Yeah, this movie.
Okay.
My wife and I are gonna go see it again. We're going to New York this weekend to go see the Rockefeller tree and all that stuff. But we're staying home for Christmas next week. And we are going to go make a day out of seeing Spider-Man again because
nice.
That movie.
how packed was the movie theater? This is not related to the movie.
I didn't even fucking talk about that. Let's talk about that.
Okay.
The movie theater is fucking wall to wall,
Oh.
and it was incredible. Okay, did you guys go see Endgame opening night
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
or close? Yeah. Okay.
Michelle fell asleep.
So like,
Yes.
you remember the energy of Endgame, where
E-Bombay.
Cap grabbing Mjolnir, on your left, and the theater fucking erupts. That was this movie.
Ooh.
Again, it had that same fucking energy. It was so. This is the first time since COVID hit where given the opportunity of watching this movie at home and going to the theaters, I am so happy that I went to the theaters to go see this on opening day. It was 3 o'clock in the fucking afternoon on a Thursday.
That's such a good sell. I still get teared up watching that clip with people like with a hand cam showing people's reactions on opening night, and I'm still like, every time he's like straps his busted ass shield up and pulls me on.
There are a few beats in this movie that have that happen, and the guys behind us are fucking screaming, hollering at the theater, and I'm like, yeah, this is perfect. This is exactly what I needed for an MCU movie, and it is such. Up until now, we have gotten, Black Widow, which was not really Phase 4 because it talked a lot about what was going on before Endgame and all of that stuff leading up to Endgame because Black Widow dies. And we have all the TV shows, which are great. And then we have Shang-Chi, which really kicked off Phase 4, and then Eternals, which was like, kind of world building. Like, this feels like the kickoff to Phase 4. Like, this feels like, all right, cool. We are in the next era of Marvel movies, and like I am fucking here for it 100%.
Let's go.
Watch the damn movie. Watch the damn movie. I'm watching it.
You literally just said something, and I wanted to bring it up before we move on to the final topic, because this is pretty much a Marvel segment now. This new release is really just Marvel. We had a hell of a year in Marvel, right? We had WandaVision, we had Loki, we've had Winter Soldier, we had Hawkeye now, Black Widow, Shang-Chi, Eternals. Like, holy shit, did they poo out so much content and in such a small amount of time that it didn't feel like exhausting, because each one of those was in such a different part of the universe, right? Like, and it was all these new characters are being introduced. Some of our fan favorites are getting the comeuppance they deserve. You're looking at you, Sam Wilson. Like, a lot of that was, to me, some of the best I've seen as far as the MCU is concerned. And I cracked the joke mentally about, like, a lot of these were punching above their pay grade, especially Falcon and Winter Soldier. Like, arguably, that was a buddy cop show, and it ended up being a really great buddy cop show. And then I cracked the joke because, as Sam Wilson lets us know, the Avengers don't get paid shit. So by default, he's punching above his pay grade. So still,
everybody fucking hates the character Hawkeye. No one likes Jeremy Renner. Everybody hates on the character Hawkeye. And the fucking turn that has happened in the last 4 weeks of people who now love that character.
Well, they get him
because of his interactions with Kate Bishop, because it's essentially Matt Fraction's book in fucking in TV form is outrageous. The MCU has done a really exceptional job of taking cursory characters and giving them the depth and the story to tell to make them like fucking Bucky Barnes. Like, dude, his character journey from Captain America First Avenger through fucking Winter Soldier, through Civil War, through Infinity War, through Endgame, all the way to Falcon and the Winter Soldier is incredible.
Now PTSD dealing with reparations, and it's like all the same things you would go through being an addict. It's insane. It's wonderful.
It's
wonderful.
Insane.
I digress.
I'm so fucking jazzed. I cannot wait till you two watch this movie, so you and me and all of us. I'm so sorry, Sean.
You had me there. I was very close, and then I remembered I got a booster for my vaccine today, and then I had that. I had a
offers
meeting.
On the table for tomorrow. Tomorrow, 10:30 a.m. What's it gonna be?
I got more meetings at the Huang, man. I got
Don't say no yet.
meetings.
Don't say no. Think about it.
And I would say Saturday, but I know I'm going out of town. I'm going to HR2 for the holidays. But next week, let's talk about next week.
I'll watch it again.
Unless you get it done. There you go. You're like, I'm fucking pulling the trigger. I don't have to work, Ernie, until afternoon, so I'm just gonna go see it when I can. But I appreciate the honesty there. So finally, as we always do, we honor those that honor us. Toughraps.com. Use that code joystick at checkout, and please get that 10% off. Get that 10% off. It's worth it. If you don't have anything else to give the code. Like, hey man, here's a little card. I love you. Merry Christmas. Code joystick for 10% off at checkout at toughraps.com. It's very loving. It's very good gift giving. Enjoy. Next up, final round. I haven't played it. I want to play it, but my guys have.
It's gonna be a short final round.
Oh boy.
Hey boy. Halo Infinite. Halo Infinite.
Yeah.
It's infinite because the Halo is a circle. The circle has no end.
I get it now. Oh,
Infinite
dude.
circle.
That's
It's a circle.
my mind is blown. Wow.
Wow.
Okay, I'll be honest. I haven't played the campaign, but I played the multiplayer beta and continue to play it. It
Me
is
too.
great. It hits every single college Halo local game that I would play with all my roommates. It's here with all of the upgrades of like a modern game. It's great. It's so good. We got a lot of fun already, and I can't believe it's free. It's also on
it's really
Game
good.
Pass, so there's no reason for.
I'm getting a Series
anybody
X
not to
next
play
week.
it.
I'm gonna be able to play it on my fucking television. I'm so excited.
We're getting a Series X next week. You understand what you're saying.
Bro,
won't
I've been
shut
trying to
up
get one
about
for
it.
fucking years, it feels like, dude.
We understand, okay? Jesus. I'm jealous.
I already
I'm super
know,
jealous of the both of you. It looks amazing. The gameplay looks sharp as shit. I mean,
We're starting to GoFundMe for fucking Ernie.
Man, no, we don't.
Yeah.
We don't gotta be all doing all that on day on. But if you want to, you can do that. You know what I'm saying? But
I got a spare
Get
computer
your
if you
gaming
want.
PC, bro.
If you want to buy, if you want to buy a CPU fan, that is the only thing missing from this my old computer. It's not a pushover too. So,
What kind of video card you got in there?
It's a Radeon 3800 XT, I believe, 3700 XT. It's not.
That's
It's like a 3-year-old. It's like a 3-year-old card. It's not
There you
nothing.
go.
Yeah, it'll run most things.
Let's see if can Halo Infinite run on a 3800 XT.
I didn't even know you could Google that. But yeah, it's case, motherboard, CPU, RAM, AMD,
Bro,
Radeon.
100 frames per second on a third. No, wait, hang on. That's not.
Oh,
That was the Ryzen 7.
oh yeah.
That's the fuck. I have that processor in my fucking
Bruh.
computer. 3800 XT. I'm sure you can run it. I have a CPU. I have an AIO. It's probably too big for your case, though. It's a 360 millimeter
Probably.
radiator.
It's probably too big for you, okay?
We'll catch it. We'll catch up about it though.
Dude, we'll
I
get
think
you, dude.
We can get you hooked up. We can get you hooked up.
2022, Ernie's getting a gaming PC. That's
Hey,
for sure.
right.
To follow